cabinets.
How many holes does this guy have that are made in his house?
Huh? Kaboom.
All right, let's see this. Let's see this man fall through his goddamn ceiling. Yeah.
I got insanely fucking lucky. I could have hurt myself. I could have broken a bone. I could have died. I'm not doing that again. Yesterday was fucking crazy.
What do you mean? So were you deliberately trying to fall through the first time?
Basically, oh god. Oh jeez. Oh man. We had a pretty big day today, or yesterday, I mean, and yeah. So I had to take the day off. I woke up and I couldn't sleep. Well, it's basically like yesterday was a really good example of how you ever have one of those days where like everything just kind of the dominoes always fall in a way that is not good for you? Well, this was one of my dominoes yesterday. And
Are you
so
the
I had to deal
domino?
with that. I thought this board was safe. This piece of wood.
Where is this? Is this his attic? Like, oh.
It wasn't. It was not.
Yeah, I could guess. I could guess that would be the not. Yeah, that looks not safe for stepping.
And so anyway, yep, I fell right through my fucking ceiling. Obviously, I was.
God damn! Jesus! Bro, he's lucky he's fine. Like, that could actually kill you if you fell wrong.
Able to catch myself and
Damn.
you know I'm fine, right? I mean, aside from like 4 or 5 other cuts all over me, other than that I'm fine. But yeah, no, nothing broken. It's only a flesh wound. It's totally fine.
That honestly, he's very lucky. Honestly, very, very lucky. Like, considering that you fell through the floor spontaneously, only coming out with a couple cuts and bruises is pretty good considering the circumstance of what happened.
Heal in a few days and that'll be it. And so I'm not worried about it. Good one, jackass. Yeah, I know.
He's but to scratch.
So here's what happened, right? Is that apparently, so, okay, let me go back. All right, where do I want to start with trying to explain what happened with this, right? Did you get your wounds disinfected? I actually took a bath and I washed myself completely because
Man, it scared him enough to make him bathe.
So many cuts all over me. Like there's this one, there's that one. I think there's one over here too. I don't know if you can really see that one very.
Ow, he hit his elbows. That hurts.
Well, where is it? There's like some like little bit, maybe a tiny little bit there. Not a whole lot. And let's see. I'm trying to think. Is there any other ones? Oh yeah, my leg is cut up. Let me see. Can I show the? Yep, there it is.
Damn, he's showing leg.
Yep, there it is. Legs cut up as well. But the fact is, I mean,
showing leg.
Nothing. I mean,
showing
really,
leg.
That's nothing. It's not even a big deal. And so anyway, dude, no, yeah, it's totally fine. Like, I felt like, honestly, so to me, Nan, thank you again for the 10 subs. I appreciate it. And what animal did you find? And did you clean it up? Yeah, I did. Oh, actually, you know what? I can show you a picture. Yeah, I actually did. Please see a doctor. What, for a few cuts?
No, don't be so silly. Don't be so silly. Those were just little scratches. I'm sure if you felt like horrible or something, like you're gonna pass out or whatever, you go to the doctor, but like, ugh.
For a few little cuts on you?
Bro, as a Twitch streamer, it's like you always got somebody who's a medical expert in the chat with a trust me bro degree.
You want me to go see a doctor? Like, what the fuck? No, that's ridiculous.
Maybe they'll give him a Hello Kitty Band-Aid, actually. He should go in.
No, it's tetanus. There's no tetanus. There's no metal there. What are you talking about? And so anyway, yeah, it can get infected. Anything
4 small cuts. Surely this will be my demise. The last you heard from me.
Can get infected. I've been cut so many times. It's not a big deal. Asbestos, not the cuts. So I hate to tell you guys this, but I was reading through a lot of like the comments and everything that people made on this. And
oh boy.
Jeez, I feel like such a bitch saying this, but I have given up. I have surrendered. We are actually going to get a cleaning team out. We're gonna have somebody come out and
yeah, you probably should at this point because like you're gonna need somebody to check for other things, right? Like, to make sure there's no other spots in your house where this could happen at this point. Like, now you gotta check for safety reasons, not just because, like, not surface level.
Look into whether it's asbestos or not, and we're gonna do the whole thing,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And so I don't
Depending on how old his house is, it could be, right?
I didn't want to have to do that, right? I thought I could do it myself, to be honest with you guys. I thought I could just do it all by myself. It'd be no big deal. The fact is that yesterday I got so lucky. And like I had people telling me like, oh yeah, this happened to me, you know, and like there's like one post like I woke up in a hospital, like, oh, like I had like bruised ribs and
Oh
like
my-
so all this happens and like I was also like holding a stick. Like it's one of those things that like it happened so fast that I don't even know how I reacted to it. But the
Yeah. If you adrenaline is a crazy thing where like you and like also it's like seconds for this to happen, right? So it's like he probably remembers like a brief second of shock and then like now he's on the floor.
next thing I knew, I was just holding on to the sides, and after that, like a half second later, I was back standing up on top of that, right? And so I was just like shocked, right? And I didn't even really. It took me like maybe an hour to come down of the you know, from like that fucking you know, adrenaline high, right? Holding a stick. Yeah, I was trying to move because I thought, did you get the dead animal? Okay, so why was I in my attic?
I was gonna say, what did the dead animal? What? Did he have a boss in his attic?
So I woke up and I smelled a dead animal. Now I can
Ah.
smell like 3 things in my life. I can smell dead rats. I can smell blood. Yes, I can smell blood. I can tell when there's blood. And I can smell the difference between a Dr. Pepper and a Coca-Cola. And I can even smell the difference between a a Coca-Cola and a Pepsi. That's true. That's actually a very good point. Yes, exactly. And that's it.
All right.
And so anyway, wait, you can't smell soda? Yes, I can smell soda. But that's basically about it. And
Dead rats
anyway,
smell really bad. I can imagine.
so this is kind
It's
of like
not what I would
happened
choose for
is
a
that
candle, that's
I
for
woke
sure.
up and I was like, oh my god, there's a dead animal in the house again. Fuck. Why is this happening again? So I go into my attic and I can kind of smell it more. I have such a really bad sense of smell in general, though, that it's very hard for me to track any scent and find it. And so anyway, I was in
So his whiffer sniffer is not good enough to like, like a dog on the case that's able to find the location.
my attic trying to find this dead animal. I never found it. And that's why, and I think the reason why is that like this morning I woke up, it wasn't as bad. I think what happened is that it was actually a raccoon that died underneath my deck in my backyard because I
Oh my god. So it was outside the whole time? Well, I guess at least it's not in your house, but oof.
walked out into the backyard and like I could very, very strongly smell it. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And so, yeah, that's basically what happened, right? Is that like, yeah, it was a dead fucking raccoon in my backyard. I mean, it could have been a cat or a fox, but like, I think it was a raccoon.
Yeah, that about states it. You couldn't even tell like what it was before entirely. Yeah, stinky.
Because that's usually
Roadkill
what there
stinky.
is around here, right? And so you aren't supposed to walk between the beams when you're in the attic. Do you see this right here?
That's the beam.
This is like, you know, like in Dark Souls where they have like the piece of ground where there's like cracks through it. Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, bro, that's about what happened. And anyway, so
Oof.
it's rock. Yeah, and so that's what I think happened. So the funny thing is that I did all this for nothing. That's what's really funny about it is that all of this.
Nah, you did it so you could fall out. Don't lie.
All of this drama, all of this bullshit, I think was all for nothing. And I'm pretty sure that the actual dead animal isn't even in the house. So, and that's, but to be fair though, so I walk out into my fucking garage and there's literally a rat sitting there. Like back in the day, they would at least have like the fucking dignity to run away. But he's lived there so
Bro. Does he not realize that the rat is like, looks like another rat, especially large one? That's what it is. He's like, wow. He just like me, just very, he's like twice my, 3 times my size. It would be like that if you were a person, but rat recognized rat.
long, he didn't even give a fuck about me. He's like, hey.
I told you. This confirms that Asmon is father of rats.
Anyway, so yeah, where the fuck is this food?
He probably saw your ass fall through the roof too, and he's like, I've done that once.
And like, he didn't even think about it. He didn't even give a fuck, right? Yeah, he owned the place. And so we got to, and so basically this is what happened, right? So I fall through the ceiling. I catch myself. As I said, you know, by the way, also one of the reasons why I was stepping and walking in a weird way, really fun fact.
What?
I moved my foot in a way that morning where I tore my entire toenail off one of my toes.
Oh!
The entire fucking thing. And I had to get a piece of a bandage to like press everything down.
How do you do that? How do you do that? One time I ripped my smallest toenail off when I was really little because I bumped it and I had like really small, like, you know, child feets. And I bumped it on like the corner of like a door. And because my feet and my toenails being that little were so small, you know, I like bruised that toe really bad. It was my baby toe. But like how do you did he say, like, was this his big toe? Like, how do you do that?
I
Ugh.
moved my foot in a way that morning where I tore my entire toenail off one of my toes. The entire fucking thing. And I had to get a piece of a bandage to like press everything down to stop all the bleeding.
Oh,
so
God.
I was walking in.
Oh, my gosh. Ow! Okay, this is gonna sound weird, and maybe, like, it's because I was little, right? And it was also, like, my baby toe, and I don't know, but, like, I didn't have any bleeding or anything. I just bruised it when mine, like, came off. I don't know.
In a weird way anyway because of that happening. Ouch, it doesn't matter. It's fine. Well, who cares?
Bro, I would have cried like a little baby if that happened right now. Like, as an adult, if, like, one of my toenails came off, I would be like, Chad, I had the worst day of my life.
So anyway, listen.
My toe! I'd be like the guy in SpongeBob, like, my leg! But it would be like my toe, and I would not be happy.
Listen, I have scars. I used to tear the skin off my back just because I like the way it feels. Like, I have scars all over my back from it. If you ever see me outside, if I'm ever not wearing a shirt.
At least that's my choice, okay? That's very metal. That's strange, all right? I feel like, are you a snake then? I thought you were a rat. Bro was like shedding for the winter or some shit. But anyway, at least you got to choose to do that.
You can see it. And yeah,
like with a toenail, it's just like, surprise!
Yes, and I've scratched my arm. I've stabbed a fork in my arm. This is nothing, okay? It's not a big deal. I've broken my own teeth out. It's not a big deal. I'm not an enjoyer of like any of this kind of stuff anymore.
Ow.
But you know, when I was younger, it was a little bit different. And so anyway, that's what happens. Another Tuesday. Why? Well, it depends. The fork in my arm is because I missed a Spell Reflective Cyclone and Burning Crusade, which if you played the game, you'd understand. You'd understand because it's just bullshit, right? Just total bullshit. And so anyway,
really forked you over, didn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Really forked you over.
When it rains, it pours. Yes, when it rains, it pours. And so I wake up. I couldn't sleep. I slept for like maybe 3 hours. I wake up. I immediately tear my fucking toenail off. There's blood everywhere. And I actually had to put a bandage on for this one because of how bad it was.
Ow.
And so then I wake up and I go to the store. I'm about ready to go stream. And I get into my room like, this smells like fucking dead rats. God damn it. And so I go into my attic. I fall through the fucking ceiling in my attic. And then I'm sitting there like, this is me. I'm right here. And I'm like, son of a fucking bitch. So I get up immediately after this happens. I do the smartest thing possible. I literally just get up and step over the hole. And I keep doing it, right? I'm still looking. I don't even give a fuck about falling through. I'm like, okay, I'm like doing this. I'm like, okay, I can move my.
Bro, I would be mad. I found out, I think I told you guys this before, but I found out that when I go through situations with adrenaline, I get pissed. I don't know why. Out of fight or flight, I pick fight, even though I'm like, not built for that. I'm not built for that. Like when I got in a car accident, my airbag went off and I punched it immediately.
Legs, move my arms. All right, well, nothing's broken, I'm fine. And so let's just keep going. And anyway, I still couldn't fucking find the thing, right? That was it. Is the TV still there? Yeah, this is my ex-girlfriend's TV. She left when she moved out. You know how it is.
I'm gonna be so for real. I feel like the right thing, you know, if you're in a sane state of mind, would be to clean this up. But I'd be so mad if it happened to be the first place. I would come back to this later. I would be seething.
But anyway, so yes, that's her TV. Is it? Yes, this is Pink. That's Pink Sparkle's television right there. And should have recorded this. If I could have, I would have. Okay, guys. I understand.
Bro,
that
I feel the same. I have slipped down a set of stairs so many times. I am like such a klutz. And all my friends used to joke that they knew I fell because I would be laughing at the bottom. They would just hear like thudding and then me cackling because I laugh at my own demise.
And it was really funny. And I've fallen down my stairs probably 30 times. There was
he's
one
the
time I
same.
fell down my stairs and I was holding on like my space heater and my drink, and obviously like I threw them both up in the air, and I was just sitting there laughing after I was falling at the bottom of the stairs. I was just laughing. I was like, man, this should have been so funny if somebody could have watched it. But I've never broken a bone. I've never even come close. I've never fractured anything ever. I've like ran into things. I've slammed my hand against things. I've had my foot run over by a car. You know, I'm basically gonna be fine, right? I mean, unless something crazy happens.
No, he came out pretty unscathed considering the circumstances.
So I'm not really that worried about it, but knock on wood. Hey, yeah, knock on wood. Well, actually, a really funny thing about that, about knock on drywall. And so, yeah, this would be good content.
Bro,
Yeah.
he didn't knock on it. He barged right through it, brother. He didn't knock on it.
Yeah, sure. And so you broke your crusty toenail? Not necessarily, no. It was just I tore part of it off, and there was like a little edge of it that was like, you know, pointy, and I just caught it against something, and it tore the entire fucking thing
God
off,
damn,
right?
ow.
That's what it was. And is that a support beam? No, that was a support beam.
Do you guys ever have secondhand, like, sympathy for people's pain? I do.
And so
Yeah,
anyway, basically I had this happen. And by the way, I already fixed this. And so yesterday, after all this was happening, I'll go ahead and show you right here. My dad always taught me whenever I was a kid, he said that every time that something bad happens to you, turn the situation in a way to make it even better than before it happened. And so I try to use that as much as I can. And so yesterday, I used my vacuum cleaner. I vacuumed up the entire floor. Everything's totally fine. To be fair, I didn't vacuum this. I just fucking shook it out outside. That's why it's kind of dirty. And I did everything. It's already done. Like, it's already done.
Yeah.
And this is after, by the way, I had to, and then I had to go to Verizon to help my dad get a new phone, right?
Oh, Jesus.
And so I'm getting my dad a new phone at the same time. And then also, like, I'm like, okay, well, you want to try an iPad, right? Because I was going to buy him an iPad. And so then I do this, and I actually took a bath yesterday, too, because I was like, well, I was picking my nose. I'm just gonna be honest, right? I was picking my nose, and all the boogers were black. And I was like,
God!
I think we need to get some professionals in here.
Oh my God! I'd be like, what? I mean, it's probably from the fact that, like, depending on how he fell, right? It might have, like, if he touched his face or picked his nose with that, like, the color from his ceiling, it's probably gonna be like that.
This doesn't seem very good. And so,
But yeah, I too would think it would be good to still check for asbestos. Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna hire some professionals and actually get the house cleaned up. My goal originally, whenever I cleaned my house, this was kind of a while ago, and blood? No, I can tell the difference between blood and dirt. Trust me, it's not blood. And anyway, so that's what's gonna happen. I've already begun the process. I have somebody that's working on it for me, like making it happen. It is literally happening as we speak, right? And so that's pretty much it. I'm too under-leveled for this dungeon, man. I am, and I thought to myself,
the dungeon is finally out-leveling him, and he is realizing it is a force that is stronger than he is, and he might get wiped out.
How insanely, like, because I can say, oh, I have super fast reflexes, and I was able to stop myself or whatever. Yeah, maybe that's true. But I also really got lucky. I got insanely fucking lucky.
Yep, that would be the first thing I would think. If I fell through my ceiling and I came out generally unscathed, I would be like, it is very lucky that I went through this and did not, you know, get any more hurt.
I could have hurt myself. I could have broken a bone. I could have died.
Yep.
I'm not doing that again. Like, I'm willing to take risks, right? I'm willing to take risks, but this is a bit much, right? Were you alone? Yeah, of course. Yeah, I live by myself.
Yeah,
and
that
so,
would have sucked too, like, if he wasn't near his phone or something like that. He falls through, it's like he can't even, like, call for help, really.
And,
you'd have to crawl his ass around and, like, you know what I mean?
So glad you're okay, no big boss. Well, hey, I'm the kind of guy, okay, listen. Like, I used to always do things that you shouldn't do with my friends whenever we grew up. And one time we almost got in trouble. with the individuals that get you in trouble, and you get in trouble a lot, right? We almost got caught. And I told myself, and I was like, I was like, okay, guys, that was it. That was the last time I'm ever going to do this again. And so they're like, oh, yeah, right. And like, I actually quit entirely. I quit. They didn't. One of them went to prison. And I never went to jail. I never got arrested. I never even got pulled over. I never got in trouble at all. So I know when to hold them. I know when to fold them. And bro, I fucking folded yesterday. I'm going to be honest. I folded.
Well, yeah, you literally folded like a lawn chair, though. That's different. That wasn't a choice. That was divine intervention.
And so I figure, you know what? That's okay. And I'm going to go and get, like, basically, there's like maybe 5 or 10 different things that are wrong with my house in like a big way. And somebody was talking about like asbestos and everything. I've got to text my friend because like his grandma lives up the street and like, you know, we grew up together. I've got to ask him, like, do you know, did your grandma ever get the ceiling checked for asbestos? Because like our houses were built at the same time. Yeah,
my
I've got to hit
God.
up Zach McElreevy.
I was going to say they only use asbestos in like older houses, right?
Is your tailbone okay? Sure.
I'd get it checked
yeah,
either
no,
way.
I'm fine. I'm totally fine. Yeah, there's no issue at all. When was your house built? I think 1975, somewhere around there, 1980. So, yeah, we're going to have it checked for asbestos.
Yeah, I'd rather be safe than
We're
sorry.
going to have it checked. Uh-huh. Yep, for sure.
Scary.
And so did that happen today? It's not going to happen today. It'll take a little bit of time, but I've already got everything patched up and everything, and we're okay. So,
the toenail thing may or may not have hurt. He said it did. It freaking bled everywhere.
Pretty much where we're at. Give me 1 second. I think I have a little bit of a cough from it. Not really. Because, like, I've been trying to, anytime I've coughed anything up, I look to see if there's any debris in it or anything. But, no, not really. I looked it up also, by the way, and this is what they said about asbestos, is that it's not, well, number one, they said asbestos is not good for you. Do not put it on
That is so true. Do not put in your mac and cheese. Asbestos is not good for you.
pizza. Don't use it as a
Don't put it on
mixer for
pizza.
alcohol.
Also
and
true.
Also do not inject it either. Yeah, they said this is not
Yeah,
not
injection
good for you
is
at
bad.
all. And so anyway,
So true.
You know, but they said that if you have brief exposure to it whenever you're doing home renovations, that it's almost completely non-problematic, right? And that's what they said. The issue really is that when you're in it and you're dealing with it for like a long period of time, right?
Yeah,
'Cause,
like having exposure to it, like probably builds up over time. Yep.
basically they were explaining that my uncle died
Chad, no mac and cheese, no mac and asbestos. Stop it.
of asbestos. Yes, exactly, right? Why not? Well, wrong. Yeah, it's long-term exposure. And it's like, so you live in a house with asbestos, and basically what asbestos is that it's like it's like some sort of thing. And if you have, if you have too much of it in a certain area, if it gets disturbed, it can be damaging, right? And so that's just a thing. Yeah, it's a fiber, I guess, right? And so basically,
Okay.
for me,
yeah, I don't know much about asbestos, so maybe it's fine. Like, he might have been fine until he, like, moved it all around and stuff and is now breathing it, so.
you know, I've never had any of that happen. And also, like, by the way, I've lived in this house for 30 years already. So, like, I mean, you know, if I'm already cooked, right? Like, I mean, if this was asbestos and I was getting asbestos poisoning, I was already fucked, right? It fucks up your lungs. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, true.
And so that's really what it is. It's flame retardant. Yes, exactly. And so, yeah, I've already been in the house forever, so I'm already fucked if it is and it was exposed. But basically, if you don't like fuck with it, nothing bad will really happen. But the problem is that when you do fuck with it, that's whenever it is a problem. And so, yeah, and asbestos.
I think it probably doesn't change
Yes.
His situation, though. Like, probably better safe than sorry to find out, right? To have someone come and look.
Yes, exactly. And so, basically what we're going to do is we are going to have the ceiling checked for asbestos. And I want to make sure it doesn't happen. And, yeah, that's what it was. Maybe insulators that got ill? Yeah, no doubt. But, yeah. Let's see here. Nothing wrong with a little bit of attic cough? Yeah, a little bit, right? And I also haven't talked a whole lot. Like, yesterday I talked to my dad a little bit. This is the first time I've really been talking to anybody in, like, over a day.
Bro, this is the same thing that happens to me. If I do a lot of it and then, like, I get up late, like, I sleep really well, and, like, the first time I speak to Chad at all is on stream, I sound super raspy and sometimes cough and stuff, and people are like, "Oh, are you sick?" And I'm like, "Nah, I just haven't talked in a second."
And like now I'm talking nonstop, so I don't really I don't find this to be alarming at all. It's okay. I'm not stressed out, and I'm the kind of guy that's a bit of a hypochondriac, so I'm not worried about it too much at all. And so yeah, check the walls on the house as well. I will. I'm gonna get the whole thing checked out and done. Now there
I
were a
just
lot of
gotta say,
people
being a hypochondriac and living in a house like this are kind of a strange things coinciding.
that were asking me like basically like why do you live like this, etc. This is a house, like this is my home. I grew up here. I lived here my whole life, and like this
Yep.
is, you know, I don't want to get rid of the house. Like I could very easily go buy a mansion and go live somewhere else, but this is my home, and I love living here, and it makes me happy. The only reason why I would ever move away is if I was gonna move in with like a girl and like maybe start like a family or something. Then I would move
Mm.
away just so I'd have more space, and like, you know, I wouldn't want my kids to grow up in the same house that I did, right? I think that would be selfish. But
Yep, yep. So, like, if he's considering other people besides himself, that's like enough of a motivator where he would move. Makes sense.
like otherwise, you know, like I have no real reason to move away or do anything like that. And so anyway, that's kind of where I'm at. And so like basically my mom was like really into, like, I wouldn't really say she was a hoarder, but she was just really extremely messy, and she would just never allow me to throw anything away or get rid of anything. And
Oh
so like
man.
but my house, like this, it might sound like weird for me to say this, but like I actually like it when I have nothing in my house, basically, or in my immediate area. Like I like having nothing around because every single thing is like a problem to me, right? But what's
I
happened is that
I will also, like, if I feel overwhelmed, I will just be like, I will always say, like, I wish I could take everything off my counter and just anything in front of me and just like completely move it off the desk I'm at.
you know, like all these things, like my mom has just had so many things and so much
Everything
stuff
get out of my way.
that it was hard to get rid of all of it. And any
Yep.
efforts that I would take or try to push towards like getting it clean or improving things at all, like for a long time I was afraid to do it because of COVID at the time,
Oh
because
yeah.
she refused to get the vaccine, so I couldn't have anybody come into the house and do
That
anything because
sucks.
like, well, I mean, they can't, like I'd be putting her at risk. And then before that, we didn't have the money for it. And so there was
Yep.
never really an opportunity that I really had to be able to do this because like I told her, I was like, you know, I'll do anything you want, right? You want me to do like a fucking like a walk-in a bathtub, like I'll do anything. But she just didn't really want to deal with it, and she also never wanted people to come in the house. It was a pretty big issue, right? And like
Yeah, that's rough. Like the second you have to deal with other people's problems that come like like you're trying to keep a house safe or clean or whatever, and now you have to deal with somebody else and kind of working around them. Like that's rough.
it's hard to know like what the right decision is or what not to do or whatever. But yeah, it sucks, right? It does, it sucks. But that's pretty much the reason why it was like that or whatever. I don't think you're a hoarder, you're just lazy. Yeah, definitely. You're here fear change because you went bald early. Now you're trying to hold on to everything. You're scared to lose stuff. Yeah, bro. Like, don't cut your hair; it'll never come back.
Oh
No,
my
I mean,
god.
obviously, like, I don't really like change. I like things the way they are for sure. But at the same time, I think that there's a point where it's unreasonable, and I think that we've gotten to that point pretty easily. And so I'm hoping that after, you know, all this is over, I'll be able to get things cleaned up and fixed
Oh
it,
my
right?
god. Yeah, hopefully you won't fall through your attic again, should you ever choose to go up there. God damn.
Did you find a dead animal? No. It was built during 1980. It's a very disruptive process to remove it professionally. It's also monitored by the government during the process. Needs to be removed by vetted workers individually. Also, note asbestos can linger in the air for 10 years.
Bro, he's
I
already cooked. He just said that. Like, if that's true, he's already cooked.
mean, I don't know really what to say at that point, right? If asbestos is like in the air for 10 years, what do they have to like burn down the house? Like I have no idea. So I'm not sure what's gonna happen or whatever. You can still live in the same house, just a more modern version with the original charm. It's more safer and convenient. Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna have to do. And like for example, like my sink doesn't work.
Oh.
There's one of the bathtubs and bathrooms doesn't work.
Oh.
There's like all kinds of things that are wrong with the house. Like I just, you know, I grew up with this house, and like my mom never had any money growing up to like really fix a lot of this stuff or any inclination to either. And so it just kind of got worse over the years, and that's pretty much what it was.
I
So
feel like a lot of people don't talk about this, but like if you grow up with a lot of these problems that you wish you could fix and you just can't, so you have to like cope by just learning to kind of deal with it. Like when time goes by, you just like won't be as motivated to fix these things because you are so used to them just like dealing with it, right? Like I feel like I don't know how to explain this the right way, but it's like when you don't have the autonomy to fix things that you really feel are problematic and you have to cope by like not like by being okay with that, like by giving up control over the situation. Sometimes like by the time you get control of the situation and you can fix it, it's like by then it's almost like, well, I've become used to not really, you know, caring about it.
yeah. I don't know really what I'm going to do, but like I do think that like this happening, like originally I was just like I blew it off. I was like, okay, well, you know, like you win some, you lose some. But like after people were telling me like what happened to them in like these situations, I decided I was like, this is
Yep.
too much,
Yep.
right? Like
I
I
think
just you know,
so.
I put myself at too much of a risk, and I'm not going to do that.
Right.
And so that was about it. Property's big enough, you can buy a tiny house to live in. No, I'm not going to worry about it too much right now.
Bro,
I'm gonna,
everybody's like trying to give him like 20 steps ahead. Like it's like, bro, just chill. One step at a time with stuff like this, right? It could be a little bit overwhelming.
There's going to be steps that I'm going to take. I'm going to talk to a professional, and I'm going to have them inform me on like the best steps forward, right? Like I have a number of people I can trust, etc., to do that, and I'm just simply going to you know, approach it from that way. Is this happening yesterday? Yes, it did. It happened yesterday, and so that's it. A little peace of mind. You can get a couple of air purifiers until they're done. Yeah,
Very
it's actually a
true.
really good idea. I could maybe do that.
Air
And
purifiers are the goat, man. Even if you have like dust in a room from cleaning it, it can make the air so much more breathable.
are you going to renovate your house whenever it's cleaned
Yeah.
up? I mean, not entirely, but I'll renovate the places, the parts that are unclean or problematic. Yeah, I will. Absolutely. So have you ever considered getting a new house? Well, I covered that a minute ago. Like I would only do it if I was moving in with somebody. But like other than that, like getting married, like other than that, I like living here. It's totally fine. It's not a big deal. And so yeah, that's at least the way that I feel about it. You see a new GTA trailer? Yeah, I did.
I feel like people never talk about the fact that it doesn't matter how successful you are, even if you can afford a new house, that's like a lot to deal with for anyone. Like moving is a headache, even if you have all the assets to do so. It's like the emotional impact of it of like, okay, I gotta reset up everything. I gotta get movers. I gotta get everything out of here. I gotta get help for that. I gotta get, you know, potential family members or friends to want to move things for me. I gotta make sure everything's set up. I gotta make sure my internet works. Like that's a lot. Even if you have all the resources, it's still like mentally taxing.
Did you see us seeing Hassan said about Tectone? Yeah, I did. We'll get through all that. But like I wanted to kind of talk about like where I was yesterday, what was going on, etc. Have you noticed
Moving sucks,
termites?
yeah.
No, I haven't. I didn't notice a single termite. To be honest with you, I was kind of surprised by that. Are you good for now? Yeah, for now. And hopefully it stays the same. But yeah.
Pretty much unscathed.
What about the pipes?
Just a flesh
oh,
wound.
they're fucked too. And it'll probably cost me. I'm just gonna say it. It'll probably cost me over $100,000 to get everything done. Like I would not be surprised if it costed that much. It was gonna be an insane amount of money. Just because of how many things are wrong. Like, I probably have to rebuild that more. You could be right. I mean, I have some things done, like the siding on the house is done all the way. But yeah, if it takes more, then it takes more, right? That's it. I mean, it's my home, and so I'm going to have to do it, right? But I'm not going to clean up everything. I'm just going to clean up the stuff that's, like, actively dangerous, right? And things that are, like, very inconvenient. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened, and that's why I wasn't on yesterday. And,
Jesus. I just remember seeing
Man.
this on my Twitter dash, like, what the like, man falls through ceiling.
What a fucking day. What a fucking day. Yeah, Mudahar responded, and yeah. Looks like we're probably gonna be cleaning shit up, man. And I'm a little bit surprised. I'm actually quite surprised. But you dropped your gay card? No, I didn't. Wait, what?
Oh no! Oh no!
No, guys,
I thought you came out the closet, not the
Yeah,
attic.
we'll see what happens. I got him. And I am gonna get that done. It's in the process of being done now. It's not gonna happen immediately, but it'll take a little bit of time, and then we'll get into it. Cleaning the whole house
Asmund is gonna clean up unless it's hazardous. I'm shocked, I tell you. Listen, most people wouldn't anyway. I mean, the only difference is that he has the money to do so, but I think there's a component that a lot of people forget. That it's not, it's like, yes, of course, it's like you really wish you had the funds to be able to deal with it, like for those things. But it's like another big component why people hate doing it, right? Or just drag their feet on stuff like this is because it's emotionally taxing. You know what I mean? It takes time to go call these people to go do these things, to set this stuff up. It's like, it's a lot of time and it can be stressful and emotionally taxing. And that's why, other than the money component that people don't, I feel like it's, you know, he's a human, so.
They're just the new mess. I am going to, I can just make like a little short list, okay?
Oh boy.
House.
What's going on in the Asmongold dungeon?
Problems.
Oh boy.
Sink doesn't work.
Yeah, that's not good.
Hole in the door that rats get in from.
Whoa.
Hole.
Oh, that's bad. That one I would have had
the-
fixed right away, okay? Like, this one I'm surprised at. Like, I get that it's stressful, but, like, the hole in the door one, I feel like getting the door fixed doesn't take too long, and also I would end up having more trouble from the rats getting in than I would from the door.
The,
From calling someone for the door, I mean.
a pantry that rats get in from. A hole in the ceiling because the light fixture fell down.
Oh. Wait, so you had the light fixture just fall out your ceiling?
Bathroom broken.
Is this the other bathroom?
Besides that,
Is this not where the sink's broken? Is this somewhere else?
okay, let's see.
Oh.
Oh yeah, garage door destroyed. Garage door broken. Wasps get in.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Bro, wasps are horrible. I'd be like, I'm taking off a few days, chat. Like, ain't no way. I hate wasps.
I think those are like kind of some of the big ones, right? I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's really problematic as well. Panettiere. Oh yeah, mold in the bathroom. Okay.
Oh my.
Let's see. Besides
Yeah,
that,
these
that's
ones
not
are
really- Oh yeah,
bad.
the roof. Wall. Oh yeah. Hole in
Light
my
fixture is a weird way to refer to himself.
mom's room with water damage.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. That was another one.
That might have mold too.
And,
It's just sitting there with water
yeah,
damage.
the new hole.
How
from
many holes
yesterday,
does he have?
Obviously.
Oh my god.
Kitchen cabinet. Oh yeah. Kitchen cabinets.
How many holes does this guy have that are made in his house?
Are rotten. Decayed. Okay, let's
Oh
see.
my
House
god. No,
problems.
this
Okay,
one
that's
this one's a
another
pretty
one.
long list. See, the problem with me is that, like, the reason I would fix these if they happened is, okay, well, first of all, he has the money to do so, but secondly, if I had the money and it was too taxing to deal with, for me, it's like some of these have secondary problems because of them, so I would be motivated by the secondary problems they cause. That might be even more detrimental than the time it would take to fix it.
Okay,
Whoa.
besides that, I'm just trying to think. Carpet. Oh yeah, carpet. Carpet is rotten and waterlogged. Okay, yeah, there's definitely that. I forgot about that. Oh yeah, all walls are yellow from smoke.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, see, I'm also built more, you know, like glass and like if there was mold, like in my bathroom, I feel like my lungs would like pay for it. I feel like this guy is like built different, right? I'm built too fragile. Like my body would complain about these things and I would have to get them fixed because my health.
Okay,
Yeah, he's got some nature immunity that I just don't.
let's see. I'm trying to think. I think that's pretty much, those are the main ones, right? Need a new paint job? Yeah, I'm trying to think. Is there any new issues? That's pretty much a good start, right? Is the foundation good? Yeah, foundation's fine. It's not an issue.
Jesus.
And outside the house is pretty much all cleaned up. It's fine. I had to get all that done for his inspector came out. There's like a whole situation a while ago. And let's see. New pipes. Oh yeah, well, I think that like there's something. This is probably a good start. Oh yeah.
Oh my
hole
God.
in the wall from when
Another hole!
Zach tried to do a front
Bro!
flip onto the bed and kicked the hole in the wall.
The backstory
there's
is great.
definitely that, but we just put a blanket over that so that.
Bro, he wonders why he gets so many rats. The rats have fast travel points, man.
It's not
At
really
this
a
point,
big issue. Yeah, I forgot about that. But yeah, a little bit, a few of these things, right? These would be the ones that I would start with. Okay, just move, bro. The oven works. Yeah, the oven does work. You're on speaker. What did I forget something?
Oh my God, his dad's like, wait, I got another one.
Well, you're on speaker. What did I forget something?
Yeah, you remember when I punched a hole in the wall when you were a little kid?
That's right. Yep.
Another
give me a second.
one!
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God, I told you guys, these rats and raccoons and roaches are getting fast travel
okay.
points.
Yeah, got it.
Put the door back on your bathroom, and your bedroom. I mean, the front bedroom.
No, I have that. That's good. The door's fine.
Is it hung?
Yeah.
In your room, in that front room?
Yeah. No, I did that. I was like 15, 16.
Oh, okay.
Oh God, I did chat, no. Bro, his house is like cheese. It's got so many holes in it for the rats.
Well, there's the fact that your bathroom and your mom's bathroom are shitholes.
I have that.
And they need to be redone.
Yeah.
Well, that's not only the mold, but the.
Well, that's
toilet.
I guess.
You didn't get a new toilet. You know, you need a new toilet. That thing's a shithole.
Well, that's what they all are. But yeah,
I know that's why they need to be replaced.
Right. Yeah.
Rat
yeah, for
is
sure.
living inside Holy
That's the
Cheese
thing I
Dome.
had. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Did you want me to call Matt about it?
No. I got Let me call you after I go live, and I've got an update for you on it. But because I did it this morning.
Oh, okay.
Tear the house down and start over. It'll be cheaper at this point. That's not the point. The point is that this all takes time away from things he enjoys doing. Okay, I'm not saying that this is the right way to live, but this is why it's happening. It's because all of this stuff takes time. If you move to a new house, it takes, like, now you got to get movers. Now you got to search for houses. Now you got to decide where you're going. Now you got to look at the internet. Then you got to fully move in. Then you got to take off stream to do that. Then you got to decide, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all of this takes extra time. And if you're somebody who is simple and kind of just, like, staying the way that you are and dislikes change, and you just kind of want to live in simple, getting up in the morning, you know, going live on stream, he's got attachment to the house too. I don't know. I'm not him. I'm not going to speak on his behalf. But all of this takes time. What takes the least amount of time? Fixing the things that are directly impacting you and leaving all the others until they directly impact you, right? So you could get back to doing what you just were without having to take extra time for the headache. That's my guess.
Because let me check on these guys first before they do the work.
Okay, that sounds good. All right, thanks, and I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, I'll let you know. If I'm sure to think of something else.
Right.
He did call someone at least,
Okay,
so that's
all
a
right,
good
yo,
start.
bye.
He's checking for asbestos, which is a good idea.
Yo, bye-bye.
Okay, yeah, so there were a couple of things I did forget about, but for the most part, that was about it. But yeah, that's pretty much where we're at right now. And hopefully, we'll get a lot of this done. You should spend a little money. I'm going to. I'm gonna do it. It's not gonna be a big deal. It's not gonna be a problem.
Yeah. That's crazy. Brother just, like, absolutely crashed out, fell off, right through the ceiling, right through the attic. He's got so many holes in his house that he loses track of them, and that's why the rats have fast travel points. You cannot convince me otherwise. That is crazy.